Hello everyone, and welcome back to ExQueeriencePoints Starfinder, your favorite queer Starfinder podcast. If you love our show, we hope you'll rate and review us on iTunes or wherever you consume your podcasts. Every review brightens our day and helps new listeners to find us. We don't pay to advertise any of the podcasts on the Experience Points network, so we hope you'll recommend us to your friends and just about anyone. If you'd like to support us, we hope you'll consider joining our Patreon. We would be lost without our patrons. You keep our mics on and our dice rolling. We've got some great rewards, so check them out at patreon.com/experiencepoints.
Hello everyone, this is Kelrick. I play Thrani Ecos, and I wanted to do a brief intro here, letting you know that today will be a flashback episode. It will not be continuing the story currently because both Steph and Mackenzie could not make it to our last recording. So instead, we've done a quick homebrew with myself, PB, and of course Kenny running our game, and our good friend Katie, who is a Twitter follower, a Patreon, and all-around awesome person who decided that she would be willing to play with us today. So enjoy the show, and we will get back to our normal episodes starting this coming Saturday, the 16th at our normal time of 11 a.m. Pacific on our EQP Twitch stream. I hope you tune in, and I hope you enjoy the show. Cheers.
Hello, and welcome to this very special episode of Experience Points. My name is Kenny. I am the GM, the host, whatever you would like to call me. That's fine. I like that. My pronouns are he, they, and with me today is an amazing cast. Kelrick. Hi.
Hello, I am Kelrick. I play Thrani Ecos. Both of us have the same pronouns, which are he, him. And I have a wonderful pet, Squawks, who is also my best friend, and their pronouns are she, her.
Thanks, Kel. And PB.
Hi, I'm PB, and today I'm going to be playing Yi, who is in the Soki Spacefarer. That's a lot of fun to play, and both mine and her pronouns are she, her.
Fantastic. And the rest of our cast, they are out, they're living their best lives, doing things, and amazing stuff. But we have someone awesome who has said that they would love to step in and try Starfinder out, and that would be Katie. Hello.
Hello, my name is Katie. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm going to be playing Ryaphil, whose also pronouns are she, her, and she is a Lashenta mercenary.
Nice. Perfect.
Sure, everyone shame me because I can't remember to ever state that Thrani is a witch warper ace pilot. Whatever. I don't even mind.
It's fine. It's totally fine. It's great. Just the details, the small ones that matter. The series of events to be described unfolded prior to what is happening now on the Burning Archipelago for the crew of the GD Hoopty. This was before Dr. Pepper, Major Tom, and Navu are off on their own adventures right now. This leaves the Spacefarer operative Yosoki Yi and the ace pilot witch warper Patra Thrani on the GD Hoopty, escorting one Ryaphil. And they met at Absalom Station, where the team was commissioned as a transit charter to Idari. So, Katie, why don't you go ahead and describe Ryaphil?
Well, I know she's a mercenary. I want to say that she's possibly an ex-soldier, and she's kind of a badass. She likes to keep to herself. She doesn't really tell anybody about her background. It's just, if she's got a job to do, she's gonna do it, and the less people know, the better.
That's very fair. That's awesome. So, crew of the Hoopty, where were you in Absalom Station? Like, what were you doing to try to get a charter?
I was likely just out getting stuff to refill the stores, and Yi is much more personable than I am, in my opinion. So I just sent Yi to find a job. I was like, let's go do a thing. So like, Yi, I'll get the snacks and make sure there's ammo. You go get someone to pay for it. Cool.
I have to imagine I'm in like this small little hammock in this small little corner in the hoopty that's just like literally a piece of fabric that we just jerry rigged in there. I'm just sitting there like reading a gun magazine on my thing as you're talking to me. And I'm just like, okay. And I'm just like, all right, bookmark that page. All right, okay. I see that. As I'm looking at the price tag of that new gun that I really, really want to get. I'm like, okay, all right, I think I can do that. I got that. I'm like, all right. I flip out of the hammock and I'm just like, okay, stretching. All right, you got this.
Now, this was well before you had your computer companion A-hole. The GD Hoopty has gone through many iterations over the years, mainly because it's a lot of scrap, a lot of it. So your computer system is a little less than sophisticated. It's, some sounds, maybe a klaxon or two, some lights here and there.
Look, the ship gets us where we need to go, and it doesn't need much more than that. I handle the piloting. He helps out with everything else. We're good.
Look what I just installed. Look at this. Clap on. Lights. See? Clap off. And they turn off. Like, how can you not like that? It's like a primo right there.
Nice. I imagine that y'all are in the spaceport and the GD Hoopty, like, so they don't tend to try to give priority to any one group or another, but if you're in there for a while, they do like kind of shuffle some ships around. And I feel like y'all have been in Epsilon Station for a while waiting to be chartered. And so they start kind of giving out, like, they start ranking them by, desirability. And so you have like your luxury freighters, your yacht type ships, and then like they go smaller into like Winnebagos and campers, and then things that you'd be like, is that space worthy? And then you have the GD Hoopty.
We're definitely the ship where it's like, I don't want anyone knowing where I'm going, and no one would think I'm crazy enough to go on that thing.
So
military people.
This is where you're at, Ryaphil, when you see the GD Hoopty in all of its glory.
I just kind of look at it and, walk around it, maybe knock on it a little bit because it looks like something might fall off at the slightest breeze.
So when
I
you
wanted to know, the lights turn off when you knock on it.
Yeah, when you knock on it, I think you see some rust kind of flake off into the air from one area. Not from where you knocked on it, though. Like, where you knocked seemed very secure.
You might hear something come over an external comm saying, you break it, you buy that part of it. It's a souvenir.
I've seen better souvenirs.
Well, then don't break it.
Well, I was just seeing if it was like actually a real ship that might actually fly somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Yee. Come on.
You hear me clapping in the background because the clap on clap off system broke and it won't turn back on again. And I'm like, come on. And I'm like, yeah, no, like totally. We you looking to go anywhere? Looking to get to someplace? Because the GD Hoopty right here, I make so like I'm gonna like slap on it, like to be like this thing right here, but I don't touch it because I'm afraid something will fall off. Mainly the thing I installed like 3 hours ago. And I'm like, You looking to get to some place? Anywhere in particular you looking to go, or you just looking around?
I'm looking for a ship that's going to get me somewhere that's not obvious.
Well, it's your lucky day. It's our specialty to go where we're not supposed to and do what we're not supposed to. Isn't that right, Thrani?
Yeah, like, no one is gonna think that what we do is obvious. No one. Leaving the dock is not obvious.
As you say that, like, you hear a bunch of clanging metal as next to you is a chute for salvage.
I think I think Yi and I both look at each other and then look over to see if there's anything good that fell down. Or
Exactly. Just like,
oh wait, like, so yeah, we're planning on leaving soon. So if you need to go somewhere, like now's the time, right, Yi?
absolutely. This is primo moment. I mean, honestly, no one's looking. So if you want to go when no one's looking, now's the time. All I'm saying, clocks are ticking. And you see me kick a part of the ship because something is ticking that's not supposed to be ticking.
Yeah, I think this will do. And so...
Nice. So,
That's amazing. So like, I pull out like my little personal comm thing and I like reach it out towards you and I say, Yi will handle the finance side, but like send me the coordinates and I'll like start prep and we'll get on out of here.
Okay, I type in the coordinates.
Sweet. And then I just vanish into the ship because I'm like, enough of this. But as I do, I'm going to reach out and just real casual, like pat Yi on the shoulder. Just like, yeah, you got this, charming veneer. All good. Suddenly, you know, your whiskers have like little like sparkled dots at the end and your eye twinkles. Yeah, you look, something about you is just suddenly just a little bit more interesting to people. And I go.
So, our standard fare is usually insert number here that seems reasonable.
100
It
credits.
is inflated.
Yeah, about 100 credits. Like around 100 credits, depending on when you need to go. I didn't see exactly where you're trying to go, but 100 for a standard ride. Anything happens that is out of our control, but in your control, that's going to be a little bit extra. Anywhere between 25 and 50 credits more. But if it's one of your standard rides, 100 is all you'll need.
On your personal comm, just between Yi and I, standard disclaimer: if there's a boarding, they have to help fight off whatever, and we're not required to give refunds for any reason.
Oh yeah. Small crew, just me and Thrani out here, our pilot. So and if there's any boardings, we require the passenger to help out a little bit, and no refunds.
That seems pretty standard and fair, and if everything goes well, there shouldn't be anybody boarding.
See, that's what I'm trying to say. Some people out here, man, they don't like those. They don't like it. They're like 100 credits. That's way too much. I'm like, you ain't gonna get that type of ride anywhere else for that kind of money. But you, see, I like you. What's your name?
Ryaphil.
Ryaphil, it's nice to meet you. My name is Yi. I hold up my arm. I don't know how tall your species is, but I'm assuming you're taller than a Yosoki. So I throw my hand up to like get a nice shake on.
I shake it back with a firmer grip than you're used to.
That is
the Lashunta, forearm handshake, or just two, or what? How does that work?
You're thinking Kasathan.
Oh, Kasatha. What does the Lashunta look like then? Which ones are those?
Okay.
As I believe they're the really tall ones with antennas, because
Ah,
I know they can get like up to 7 feet tall.
oh, nice. Is that how tall Ryaphil is?
She's a little under that. She's maybe more about 6'10".
Okay.
But yeah, she has a really, really strong grip that Yi was just not prepared for.
Nice. All right, so you all make it aboard. Ronnie, why don't you tell me what you're going to do to prepare for deployment?
All the usual things. Make sure so we do have a nav on our ship just to double check things because it's super important. You know.
You do have a nav, but so like what it is it's a monitor with like the graph grid on it, and there's a knob next to it and a couple of switches and a button.
Oh yeah, I'm totally plotting out the course, and I would probably plot the course out like 3 times and just take the best of the 3 that I think is going to be. So maybe 3 piloting rolls and either the average or best of them.
You have some time, so I mean you could take a 10 on this.
Well, if we have time, I'll take a 20.
You don't have that much time.
I think I'd rather risk the roll.
Okay, so yeah, do 3 rolls and tell me what you get.
All right, the first one is a 13. Second one is a 21, and the third one is a 23. Yeah, that's the arc trajectory I want. Better and better. Each time I'm refining. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. I think I forgot to carry the 1. Oh, wait. Space is not just 2D. I need to put that in. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. Like, I got us. We're good. And so lots of just self-talk as I go through this. And Shimsy is just like resting on my shoulder. And every once in a while would just like point at something. They don't know what they're pointing at. They're just pointing at something. And I assume it's helping. And so it makes me look at it better and do improve through it. But Shimsy's they're just pointing.
Nice.
They probably actually want the pen, the stylus I'm using, but whatever.
Probably. So you definitely get the correct coordinates in, but you are going to have to use drift travel. And you know that while your drift engine is operable, not the most reliable. And not using drift travel would take, where it would take like a couple of days with drift, it would take like several months without.
No, that's 100 credits is not worth that.
So roll me a d4.
I don't want to.
Okay, perfect.
That's great.
Yep, it's going to take 3 days in drift travel to get there.
Okay. So, like, crew and passengers of the GD Hoopty, it is going to take us 3 days to get to our destination. Please make yourselves at home and comfortable. Captain out. It just sounds super awkward and uncomfortable, but yeah, okay.
Nice. All right. So, roll your piloting check. Taken off. Fantastic.
17? 17's fine.
Yeah.
It's just a better than average piloting check.
With that 17, yep, you get your all clear from Absalom Station, and yeah, you're able to pull the GD Hoopty out of docking bay, and you're able to pilot out into the space surrounding the space station. Yi, where are you right now? What is Yi doing?
I was given a little bit of a tour to our new passenger. I was like, all right, this is the door. We go in and out that door. You walk in here, you look to your right. There's some electrical wiring. I need you to not touch that. Okay. Move a little bit more forward to our left. The laboratory is over there. Just it's the only door on that hall. So, you know. That's where you need to go. Over here is where you will be staying. This is our premium guest room. All right, and you got your bed, which is, kind of like a bed. It looks like a bed. Most people would maybe sleep on it. And, you can put your stuff there, a cardboard box that we call the dresser. And if you need anything, you could just knock on the wall. Only here, not over there. If you do something over there, you might hear something crash, and that will not be a good thing. And yeah, if you need anything, just talk to me or Thrani. And if you see a little Squawks running around, that's fine. It is Thrani's Squawks. They're amazing. And just make sure to keep your change in your pockets because you never know. They like shiny things. Aside from that, yeah. Welcome to the GD Hoopty. And we should be taking off sometime soon here.
I just kind of listen and make mental note of everything that Yi is, showing me, and don't really show much of emotion one way or the other.
Yeah, so the room that Yi pointed out to you as the guest quarters, a little more than a large closet. It's about 7 foot by 10 foot, and the bed is a cot that has what looks like a well-worn wool blanket on it. What could be best described generously as a utility pillow, and the length of the cot would be just enough for Rifil to lay down and have her calves hit the end of the bed. The rest hanging out into the room. The walls themselves, they're what you would expect for a 100 credit ride. They're not well polished. There's different like little spots of decay and corrosion here and there. The light overhead is the most unflattering type of fluorescent light that has a flickering in a pattern that, if it were rhythmic, you'd probably get used to it, but it is not rhythmic at all. It's chaotic. And there is a slight buzz.
But if Ryafil goes and checks out the lavatory, it is the most pristine lavatory you have ever been in. It might actually be more enjoyable to travel in there than in the room.
Yeah, you look into the mirror and it gives you subtle affirmations and compliments you every 5 minutes or so that you stand there. It's a wonderful laugh.
It's not the worst ship she's ever traveled on.
Right. The GD Hoopty takes off and starts leaving the Absalom station space. You make it out to the drift beacon and you engage the drift engine. You hear mechanical whirring and you feel the ship shudder just a bit as it begins to heat up and get running. Then it hums for a little bit, and you are all of a sudden lurched forward and back as the drift engine engages, and the ship then comes to a very, very comfortable...
That's all completely normal and smooth sailing. You're welcome to join us in the kitchen if you are at all snackish. And I would set the auto pilot, which is really, we're in drift. It's really a proximity a warning beacon that would go off on mine and Yi's comm saying, there's a danger, you should probably get up here, sort of thing.
So after the first hour, very uneventful. Second hour, pretty uneventful. What does Rifil like to do to pass time?
She would probably just kind of check her inventory and make sure that everything is in good working condition, and she's probably just going to scope out the ship more and see where somebody could possibly hide if they wanted to try to sneak out and jump on her.
That's good.
She's not very trustful.
I have this image of Ryfil, like, if we're in the kitchen area, like, you just keep walking past us, going in all these different directions on the ship, and Yi and I are just like, we know what's over there, and yep, that's that direction. Not much to find that. Nope. No, we don't really want them going over there. Yi, they're going where they're not supposed to go. Did you explain restricted sections?
I'm like, I did. And so what I do is I grab a nut or something that I'm working with, a nut bolt, and I just I'm just like, let's see if this works. And I'm gonna throw it in like the opposite direction where it makes a noise to see if it catches your attention, and you turn around and start walking that way instead of going that way.
It works. She just kind of like stiffens and looks over her shoulder and takes off towards where the sound was.
And I'm gonna scuffle over towards like a foot locker that we have just like under a couch, and I'm like, where's the sign? Where's the sign? I'm like, there it is. And like I look around and I like run over there and I put up the sign. It's like do not enter, and like I tape it onto both sides while you're over there, and then I run back as if nothing happened.
So the preceding hours kind of pass by in the same way. Not super eventful. There is a little bit of turbulence that happens, which roll culture checks, everyone.
I got a 16.
I got a 25.
Nice. So are you skills tab?
Well, looking at it, it doesn't look like Ryfil's trained in it, so...
Oh, okay, so you wouldn't be able to.
That is okay. No problems. Yi, all of your experience on working on the Hoopty, drift travel isn't ever really that turbulent.
Over to see where Rifle is, and I look over to Thrani, and I'm like, I don't think you're supposed to be making that noise. I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
So, like, Rifle, how do you like your room? We really, you know, you have that look of a military person about you, and we really wanted something that felt homey.
It's adequate for my needs. I can deal with it.
Oh, we were hoping it'd be a little bit better than that. Well, maybe next time. So, like, I got this. We have a lending library, like, over there. So why don't you go check that out and find a nice book? I'm going to be up on the bridge. Just making sure that our time's cool. So, yeah. Yi, can you, like, do your engineering thing? We like to be super careful and, like, triple check stuff. So there's the library, and we'll be back for dinner. And then I scurry off. And
I am like, yeah, sounds good. And I'm also just gonna, really casually like whistle in, as I like casually walk over to follow Thrani. And then the moment, like, you can't see the main part of my body, you can definitely still see my tail. And if you're paying attention, you'll see it, like, you'll see the zoom as I start running away.
Ryafil kind of watches this with an eyebrow raised and decides to follow after them to see what exactly is going on. Because no one has insisted so hard, hey, go check out the library. That seems very an odd thing to go look at.
Especially because the library is like 7 different actual books. And you haven't seen an actual book in years. Especially on a spaceship.
That, like, makes them rare and precious. It is a very noble thing for us to, like, make these available to people.
It's a collector's edition. I mean, like, if people want this. I mean, we might have found it in the scrapyard, but, like, people want this.
Yeah, so up on the bridge, I am just checking everything looks okay as far as the equations and everything I've put in. So Yeah, I'm going to be just checking my station to make sure everything's fine. So just do a quick engineering check to make sure that everything's working. That's a 21.
Untrained, so that's
It's a 0.
Yeah.
It's I think it's fine.
You think it's fine? You have piloting and you have perception, right?
Oh yeah.
Roll one of those, please.
Okay, a 23. I think everything's fine.
Perfect. So looking at your panel, you do notice an indicator light happening next to what is labeled as D drive.
I think this one's for you.
I go over there and I see that and I'm just like, oh, huh, okay. And I'm gonna be like, well, I'm gonna go check. I start checking all of that, checking it out, engineering the fuck out of it.
And while you're engineering, I'll be computering it. Let's see what we come up with between us.
Not much.
I got a not natural 20 for computer skills.
All right, so going through the computer, you're able to get a readout that pressure is building up in the drift engine coils. Something is happening between the power converter and something else, several other parts that you have no idea what they do. You just know that there are warning lights and indicators happening. E is looking at everything, and I think that, everything kind of gets hobbled together. So like there's different types of space duct tape and different parts hanging here and there. And so it's really hard to tell which one is doing what thing at what moment as you're trying to kind of analyze it. So it's taking a little bit longer than it would normally. As Thrani is looking through the computer for more information on this, an alert sounds.
Am I familiar with this alert? Is this one that Yi and I know well, or is this a new alert?
This is something really bad is about to happen alert.
Is this a new alert, or is this one that Yi and I are familiar with?
I think you've heard it maybe one other time before, and that was when you had just commandeered the Hoopty and launched the engines for the first time.
Passengers, we would like you to please find a seat and strap in. There is a very comfy couch in the kitchen space near the library. Passengers, we would very much like for you to strap in to the very comfy couch in the kitchen by the library. And start slamming on controls to pull us out of drift travel as quickly as possible.
What is Ryafil doing?
Ryafil is coming in to see what's going on and why everything is shaking. She didn't have a lot of confidence in the strap into the comfortable couch by the library.
Why not? I mean, that seems perfectly reasonable to me.
So she just comes in and she walks up behind Thrani and says, "So what seems to be the problem here?"
What? Huh? What? Yi? Huh? Yi?
There is no problem here. What there is a problem is you're not enjoying the complimentary fruit we've got in the kitchen next to the comfy strap-up-in-the-bowl couch.
As you're saying this, there is a huge explosion from the back of the vessel, and as that goes off, the Hoopty shakes out of drift space and into regular space. And with a huge shudder, the Hoopty kind of stops spinning out of orientation, and the lights flicker on and off, and you hear the cooling of metal. So yeah, the GD Hoopty is floating into regular space now. As you sit up on the bridge, you hear metal scraping, you hear ticking and whining, friction from all the plating and bonding that holds the hull together. Every once in a while you hear the electrical whir of some system trying to start back up and failing, with some electrical sparks, and you also feel a quake or a shudder that rocks the ship.
I don't think we bargained for any unexpected stops, so if you could get this fixed so we could get our passenger.
I'm already out the door.
Go.
I left.
Yeah, this is
a
on
long time ago.
comms. This is totally
okay.
on comms.
Oh, okay.
I'm just like, this is mostly for our passenger to know that we're doing things. I will make sure that the computer is up and running for when it is time to go again. I give you my nice cat-faced, not snarl grin, but just like lots of teeth.
You definitely hear a lot of from only Throny can hear it, but I'm just like fuck, son of a bitch. They said that motherfucking thing would work, for at least 1 to 3 years. It has not been 1 or 3 years, and I'm just like running back. It's just a slew of curses in as many languages as I know are just coming out of my mouth as I'm running. Which I can do pretty quickly, but for the drama, I'm not running that fast.
It's, slow motion as you're running down the corridor. There's only one corridor on the Hoopty. And so there's like sparks and like steam and different things happening as you're running down. And what is Ryafel doing?
Ryafel is just kind of watching all this, and she knows that it's their ship, and she's letting them try to fix it before she decides she wants to try to jump in and see if she can help.
Mm-hmm.
So, Passenger Ryafel, can we offer you a tasty beverage back in the kitchen by the safety couch? And I actually press a button, and I sort of flinch a little as I push the button, but it works? Or should I roll a computer to see if this works, baby?
No, you can say it works. It's fine.
Cool. There is actually lighting that points the way towards where the tasty beverage will be to guide you on your way.
You don't transport a lot of people, do you?
Whatever would give you that idea, Passenger Ryafel. Again, tasty beverage, follow the lights.
She just kind of looks at you and shrugs and gives you the benefit of the doubt, and she goes back to get the quote-unquote tasty beverage, but she doesn't stay there. She brings it back with her.
I think that the tasty beverage is a canned version of Space Chamomile.
Space Chamomile with its carbonated Space Chamomile.
Cool.
Yeah, it's super tasty.
All right.
She's not drinking it, she's just carrying it.
Yeah, so let's check in with Yi. So Yi was booking it towards the back of the ship.
What do I see when I start approaching the hoop-diddy-doo-dad?
Lots of smoke, sparks here and there. The drift engine, which was whirring, no longer whirring, and a lot of heat.
I think if you see heat, it's called fire.
You don't see heat, you feel the heat.
I look at the mess ahead of me, and I think, oh, God, what am I getting? Oh, we just got that. Oh my God. Okay. All right, man. Those were my good wires. Like, I start going in and I start just like poking around, seeing where the problem starts and why this is happening.
Yep.
And I just, if there is anything that's connecting the thing that is hot to power, I disconnect that first, and then I just start messing with the rest of it.
Sure. Roll an engineering check for me.
Great, I'm doing great out here. How are you doing today?
You
First a 10 and now an 11. Amazing.
it's incrementally better.
11.
Yeah. No, you're definitely you were able to pull wires and stuff to disconnect the drift engine and start clearing away some parts, but it's going to take you a little bit of time. Ronnie, what is he doing?
Thorny is going to put on the emergency broadcast saying, we could use a little help here, but of course it's going to be in. I actually made Yi do this because I know that when people hear my voice, they just assume that it's my fault, and I didn't like that. So Yi is much more reasonable sounding. So what does our distress message sound like, Yi?
This is the GD Hoopty. We are requesting your assistance on this fine day. This is the GD Hoopty. Please come and help us, please. GD Hoopty over here. Anyone, please help. Over
And
now.
So that's gonna be like on repeat, and then I'm going to start seeing if there's some way to astronav to some habitable planet in limping distance from where we're at.
Sure, roll a computers check.
All right, one computers check, not a piloting check, a computers check. Oh, a 22.
Wonderful. So you get up there and you check the display dashboard for all of the different systems. Drift propulsion system offline, shielding system offline, offensive systems offline, communication systems offline, sensors malfunctioning, thrusters malfunctioning, life support online.
So I'll just broadcast to the whole ship. It looks like everything's fine. We have life support. He's gonna have this up and running in no time.
And with malfunctioning systems, you can still use them. They may not run at their full capacity.
Cool. Yeah. So, I would start limping us towards wherever the nearest anywhere that we could possibly make repairs would be.
Yep. Since you got a 22 on your computers check, you do. There aren't any large planets or things like that nearby, especially at the thrusters doing what they're doing. But you are able to pick up a signal of some technology on a wayward asteroid that is not much more than an hour away by thrusters.
Excellent. So I would calm Yi and let Yi know all this. So Yi, I'm taking us over here, and then I would just tap some controls, send the information to Yi so that they could look at it whenever they have non-exploding time around them, and set the course, set us on our way, and I would turn, passenger Ryaville, we have this quick stop we have to make, and then we will get you on your way. I'm so sorry we did not let you know that this was a completely planned stop that we are making on an asteroid over there. Big smile.
Raya Phil just kind of looks at you as she opens the can of chamomile, just not breaking eye contact, and just...
I will cast I will turn to look at the computer and cast Charming Veneer on myself real quick. And then I will turn back, and I would like to roll a bluff check, if you please.
Go for it.
Oh, that's a 12. I don't know how that would be contested, but...
Sense motive. So click on skills and then double click on the D20 or the box for sense motive.
I suddenly feel much better knowing what Raphael's sense motive is. Ooh,
it just meets. So as Thrani is smiling at you, he looks like he wants to be very convincing, and you're looking at Thrani being like, there's no harm in letting him feel like he's being convincing.
Yeah, so I just smile and a little bit and say, that's fine if this is a planned stop. I don't know what your business was before you picked me up.
We appreciate your forbearance in this situation. Again, I will point out there is a comfy couch behind us. The comfy couch is very important to us that you might partake in.
I like to imagine that if this were a sitcom, we are just cutting to the same shot of the couch every time we talk about the comfy couch. It's like every time we say it's hard cut over there before a quick pan back to you guys.
I even think that like there's an obviously fake fern next to it.
Oh yeah. That thing is bolted to the floor. That fern is not moving.
All right, so you make your way to this asteroid, and you have enough time that, you know, I'm going to give you the 10 on getting there, and you have enough time to kind of make sure everything is stable, question mark. So you navigate the ship to this asteroid, and at first what was a reading of technology, you notice is actually something that's indicating that there is a craft that is on this asteroid.
Are there any life signs?
Not that you can tell.
Is that a computer's check to see if we can...
Sure.
Oh, computers, why have you failed me?
Not that you can tell.
A 6 will not let me have that information. I completely understand.
All right. You aren't able to... Or actually, you are able to find a place to land that isn't actually that far from the readings of the downed craft. It would take you only 20 or so minutes walk, the hike to get over there.
So, since we're leaving the ship and we are going to deal with engineering things, I will... And for you and I, this is completely commonplace. Don't even think about what this might say to Raphael as I hand them the captain's badge from off of my own outfit, and just we just keep moving along as if everyone does that, right? That's normal.
There is not atmosphere on this asteroid, so you will have to put on some Atmos gear.
I have armor.
Cool.
And I think all armor has limited atmospheric capabilities.
I think that is correct.
So
I'm putting on like an extra layer over my armor of like protective wear to work on things that will possibly singe me and hurt me, and like the face mask so I could like weld.
Nice. Do you have like your backpack of armaments?
Yeah, of both varieties. One on one arm and the other on the other. Which might seem a little bit odd for you,
Rifle.
You know, the letters were all in my head, they just weren't in the right order. Rifle. That I have one bag that's full of just like, you can hear the jingle of like wrenches and like not a bunch of like wires and just metal things. And then the other one, something that is way more familiar to you, just the sounds of the rattling of ammo and guns, and maybe you might even see like a barrel poking out as I walk out in my huge, cumbersome uniform to go fix shit outside.
She looks at you very impressed from the guns that you have in your pack.
Pride myself on them. Continue on.
All right. So you all are about to take an excursion. Are you going to have Raphael stay on board? What are you going to do?
I believe this falls into the part of the contract where you come with us to help.
I forgot you were here. I'm sorry. Oh right, yes. Hello, passenger Rifle. If this is an all board excursion, please accompany both myself and Thronny off of the train, off of the plane. And nope, not that one either. The ship, and we shall take a scenic. You will both take a scenic tour of this amazing asteroid. While I just do some routine checkup on the GZ Hoopty. For no particular reason, it's routine. Smile.
Captain, I believe we were going to go and see if aid was needed at like this other ship.
Yes, after past the scenic tour, that you are totally correct, Pilot Thronny. Yes. That is what we shall do. Definitely just gonna be over here for a little bit. Do not mind me. Rattle, 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 rattle. As I work my way over.
Is the scenic tour part of the package that comes with the library and the comfy couch?
I give you the biggest grin. I am so glad that we are finally communicating effectively, Passenger Raphael. That is absolutely correct. Welcome to the scenic tour. Please bring all of your belongings, particularly any weapons you may have, as they should not be left on board without your personal supervision.
I go back to my room and get my stuff and come back and just nod at Thronny as in, all right, show me this tour, quote unquote.
And so, yeah, as we go, put on the Space Club at the door, make sure everything's locked up nice and tight. And off to the new ship.
So, you all exit the Hoopty onto the surface of this asteroid. There is no atmosphere on this asteroid. It is very cold, and there is some semblance of dust. And you, looking through the visors of your Atmos suits and your armor, you can kind of make out the wreckage of a ship. Not large, it's kind of more of a shuttle that is about 200 to 300 feet away. And with that, I think that ends today's stream. Thank you all so much for coming and enjoying this lovely story that was cobbled together not at the last minute. It was not. It was a very lovingly crafted story. So thank you all. And my name is Kenny. You can find me on Twitter at PunderDrone. This is what I have going on right now. I am DMing for our Starfinder stream. And soon we will be coming to you live on Sundays, every other Sunday, with our Numenera podcast, which is our stream, which is a Numenera game run by Elric. And Kelric can tell you more about that.
Hello, I am Kelric, and I play on this lovely game, which I enjoy oh so much. Starfinder is just one of my favorite games to play. I am narrating this Cumanera game. We start next Sunday, the 8th of November, with our live stream of that.
Hi, I'm PB from @PB Plays Inside. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at that. This is the only show I'm doing every other Saturday. And you can find me streaming, throughout the week around, evening time, Central Standard Time.
Awesome. Thank you all so much again for joining us, and we will catch you all next time.
Bye.
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 Thank you for listening to ExQueeriencePoints Starfinder. If you're looking for more TTRPG podcasts in your life, we recommend checking out our sister podcast, Roll to Fail. There are 6 friends who have no business behind the mic or rolling dice. If you like what we've created, then you should check out the other 2 podcasts on our network. Cumanera, an adventure utilizing Numenera, releases every other Friday. This unlikely team is working for the Order of Truth to help communities under the influence of the strange and weird effects of Numenera. Pun Times is a collection of short-run TTRPGs. Our first season is a horror system called Slasher that utilizes Fate Core and is now available as a monthly podcast. Keep watching our Twitter for when we finally reunite to stream our finale. You can easily find all of our Experience Points podcasts on our website, ExQueeriencePoints.com. Until next time, Adventure Hookers!